I'm Paul Pedersen Jr., and you're watching Squatch Talk Podcast. Thank you so much for squatching.
You're listening to Squatch Talks Podcast. Real stories and real encounters told by real researchers. Sit back, relax, and enjoy the show.
We're going to embark onto our Pied Piper routine. We're here at the base camp of the New Jersey 2025 Pine Barrens Expedition with the BFRO. Base camp is all set up. We're about to go. Jake, you ready?
I'm ready.
Let's do this.
Let's do this.
Right on. All right. We're going to leave out this way. No, we got to go to the left. How good you are. But we can't walk through the woods.
So, I figured it was yesterday. Okay.
We're going to break into two teams and do the Pied Piper routine. All right, Jake. You stay calm. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 4. What is it?
Should be 5 and 6, right?
I thought we were doing 5 and 6. 4 and 6.
No, 5 and 5. Brian stayed back.
Brian stayed back. That's what it was. Thank you. Okay, everybody's sending out good positive energy, and no pointing. Another thing that I neglected to mention when we're walking in groups is I always try to match the person next to me's footsteps so we don't sound like a herd of elephants. Send out good energy, and we'll radio you when we get to a specific area. Okay. I'm going to have Mike on the radio so you guys can, anyone else can send as well. Okay. And let's hope for some results. We're gonna have squat. Alright, guys. Throw it off. Okay, cool.
So it's 6 and 4. You're going with them? All right. Yeah, Skylar's going with them. It is now. Skylar's going with them.
Is he going to be okay without you?
Oh, he'll be fine. He likes to walk off without me all the time.
Go for Eric. You read me. He said do GMRS. Do you read me? I read you. Do you read me? Over. Did you hear my knocks? Over. I think we hiked a little bit further than I anticipated. Over.
Yeah, we did too. We're trying to move a little bit closer so we have better radio contact. Over.
definitely coming through a little louder and clearer. However, I'm on FRS. We're not on GMR. Okay, 10-4, we got clear communications right now. So wherever you're at is good. We have a little satellite camp set up here. And we're in position. So when you get settled, let me know, and we can do maybe a vocalization. Over. 10-4, whooping 10. Did not hear you. Over. When you do your provocation next time, click the radio twice, okay? Over. All right. Remember, after the vocalization, let's try to keep it real quiet. Even shuffling your feet, Michael, is going to affect my audio that's right behind you, okay? But nice and still. I do one. You got a tattletale bird. And then I do the second one a little louder. That way, if there's something close, we hope to have it respond.
That.
Heard that.
Mm-hmm.
Coyotes behind us, but the howl was in front of us.
I'm holding my button because I don't want them to interrupt. Whippoorwill hunting season.
There's another bird now. Nope, that's a little
Alpha to Bravo, did you hear my howls? Over.
Just do a call.
You hearing this?
Mm-hmm.
Just on the edge of my range of hearing now. Did you hear that response?
Mm-hmm. I just imagine if I didn't have band practice once, and then right after I heard coyotes to my right.
You're right.
Yep. The first couple didn't.
I was hearing it coming from my 12 o'clock.
The first couple on the first one, yes. But the coyotes were to my right at 3 o'clock.
They're moving now. How about the mosquito to my 9 o'clock?
You gotta have it on film because of the way that it did kind of pause, and then it sounded like the first two were coyotes,
Mm-hmm.
and then you hear the coyotes. That's my opinion. I agree, because that's what I just said. The first one was that coyote, and then the coyotes chimed in.
And we've got the K2 meter going, but I haven't seen any, like even when
I know. That's kind of odd.
like a little bit, but it definitely blips. This is ridiculous. I'm getting such sketchy transmission. Over.
All that's going to do is pick up electromagnetic fields.
Walk over here. So
3 hours of band practice yesterday, so my voice isn't as powerful as it normally is.
How about now? Can you hear me better? Is that walking away from the other?
Mine's off.
Says mine.
Yes, I did copy. Over. I walked away from the other two participants and radio and it cleared up a little.
Yeah, and we don't even have them on.
Yeah, they're not on.
You're still breaking up on my end.
Oh, not traditional howls. I mean,
Totally two of the spookiest recordings they have.
So after a few hours in the woods, doing back and forth provocations and some call blasting, we head down the trail to meet up with Team Bravo, and then we head back to base camp, and hopefully something follows us back and decides to mess with us. Special guest joining us,
Hi.
Cassandra.
Hey.
You may recall Cassandra from such episodes as Cassandra's Encounter.
Sure have.
And of course, our good luck charm, Patty from New York, hey, who was at this location and had a conversation with a lovesick juvenile. Do you remember that, Patty?
I do remember that.
We're gonna show you when we get down there. It's gonna be the point of view.
And over here was where the eye was.
That was where it was, Jake? Okay.
It was
So.
like right there.
Eric, is that a parking spot over there as well?
Yes.
Because that's where we parked our trucks that night.
All right. We are here at the bowl. Where were you sitting? Oh, you weren't over where we usually sit.
The girls that night, we were sitting right here.
You were sitting here.
Oh, we
Right
were?
here.
Yeah, that's right, yeah.
Because Nate had his recorder there. I'm here, Terry and Shelley.
Right.
And the trucks were that way.
We were on the other side. Yeah,
The trucks are there.
yeah. The trucks were up there.
There's a spot here and there's a spot
They
there.
were up over there because we first caught the headlight, when we shined the light, we're like, oh, that's one of the trucks.
Mm-hmm.
It was over that way that night. Didn't you guys have eye shine over in here? I know we had eye shine over in
On the
this
levee,
direction.
I thought they
Yes,
had some.
over-
Mhm.
Yeah,
Right.
because I think we were on the other side.
Yeah. And you guys saw eye shine over
Yeah.
there.
Yep.
And I saw the royal blue eye shine.
So the thing about this area, and the reason we like it so much, is we call it the bowl because of the elevation on three sides, which we believe then gives them a little bit more security, and they're more likely to come in and check us out. You know what I mean? So this is where you guys were sitting, so that gives me a better understanding now, because I thought you were down where we usually
Nope,
sit.
right here.
And it was coming from that way, right?
So then, you know what? Tonight, why don't we try that and have people sitting here again, since that
That's
worked.
what I think.
Okay. I was sitting in that location when we had the tree pushed over, though,
Yeah.
with Shelly and Steve. And so usually we set up here. And that C-130 circled us all night long. It was so frustrating because it drowns out your audio.
Yeah.
And this was the tree that Eric Mintel had that branch going like this.
That's the one?
Yeah. That goes to the levee.
Right, right. That's why.
Yeah, the levee. And then this trail actually continues all the way down.
Yeah.
Goes down to the
All the way down. All the bogs.
what do you call it? The causeway.
Yep.
Yeah.
And it also,
goes across to the party spot.
That's where we were that time.
No.
When party
We
spot?
were at Cape Pond.
Oh, Cape Pond.
from
Okay.
here.
That way.
That way.
Yep.
All right. So then, that way would be where those howls came from. This direction.
Okay. So still in a cedar swamp area.
Yeah.
And also up this trail,
Yeah.
before it gets to the road, is where Jake and Cooper had a bluff charge. 2 weeks after the expedition.
Right.
So we were coming back here, and we were going to walk back, and we went the wrong entrance. We wanted to come to the bowl, but we went down the wrong way.
Mm-hmm.
And as we were walking down the trail, I remember hearing a deer run off, and I was like, "Oh my god!" I got super scared because I was already on edge. And then after I heard the deer, just felt this boom, 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 like charging, running up on us within 20 feet of where we were at, and just stopped, nothing there. And I had my headlamp on. I was like, do I turn it on? And then I just had the absolute, I just said, we're leaving. Sorry, we backed out and we left because I didn't want to bother with whatever it was that bluff charged us.
Right. Amazing. So yeah, there's been just such tons of different things that happen here, including red light.
I also saw an orb here
That's
as
right.
well.
Yeah.
We were sitting here, and right up on the road over there, we saw what I described like an iPhone flashlight. And this is wintertime, so it wasn't a firefly. Just going through the trees in a parallel line, and saw it for probably 5-10 seconds, and it just disappeared,
And you lost
or went
it.
behind a tree, and I lost it. Yeah. So a lot of weird stuff happens here. It's definitely one of the more active areas in the pines for sure.
And that's unfortunately, sometimes on the weekends, you hear ATVers going past, and that kind of disrupts activity.
That kills
so
the
that's
activity.
why I don't typically come out here on the weekends. We usually
I
come out
see.
Tuesday or Wednesday, you know what I mean?
Okay.
But you can see the water behind you there, right? We've had
where's the
multiple, right over here is the main
Oh, okay. I see.
area of water, okay? But there's bogs that go, these used to be all cranberry bogs. And they go all the way down.
Naturally
Yeah,
occurring?
well, no, they were
Farming?
farmers.
Oh.
And we were hanging out, I forget the month now, but we were hanging out here. It was me, you, Jake, Art, and Heather.
Yeah, that was like September, October.
September, okay, in the fall. And we heard what sounded like it could have been a fox coming towards us, right? Yeah. And then I responded to it by doing a similar reply. It stopped, and then 30 seconds later, this branch snap came from in here that sounded like...
Oh my God. How high did you jump?
No, Heather jumped 10 feet and hid behind Art, okay?
Oh my God, of course.
And literally, I'm like, I'm just holding the mic stick right in the direction. I was like, I got that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And you can hear it on the recording perfectly.
Really good.
Yeah.
And then 2 weeks ago we were here, and that's when we had the nasally breathing from the nose happening. I don't know if you heard
Which
it.
I didn't hear at first. I finally did
You
later
heard
on.
it like once or twice.
Once or twice,
But
yeah.
me and Art were hearing it the entire time, probably like maybe I'm not even 30 yards in that direction. It just sounded like I can't even do it because my nose is. But you know when you breathe in, your nose is a little clogged and it's like whistly almost.
Yeah.
It was just like.
Which is commonly reported with like even Bigfoot that comes up on tents. It's like a raspy, nasally.
Like their lungs are just.
I call it the snuffleupagus, you know.
Filled with stuff.
And
because we had a lot of military maneuvers happening that night with a lot of planes flying over, and we thought that maybe they were using that to come in closer because it was loud and we couldn't hear anything. And then every time the plane would kind of go away, we'd hear it for
Like
about
overhead cover kind of thing?
Yeah,
Okay.
it
10,
kind of
15.
masks their noise, but they're
Okay.
very silent anyway.
But we heard it over here, we heard it behind us over here, we heard it again over here.
So that indicated that there may have been more than one, though.
Right.
And we did hear some movement also.
We did.
From this.
But I remember
behind me.
distinctly that one of the individuals had a deeper, whistly, nasally voice, and the other ones were a lot quicker and higher pitched. And what else did we have happen that same night? Remember we had the geese getting messed with?
Yes, something definitely riled up the geese
And
in
it
the
sounded
bottom.
like there was something on top of the geese, squawking or whatever that was almost like messing with them and making them mad. And the funny thing is, we heard that right before we started to hear the nasally voices, almost like I said, they were coming in, messing with the geese on the way to come up and mess with us. And then we heard it again, almost as if they were leaving.
Then passing the geese.
And passing the geese again. And then, because after that, the second time we heard the geese, we didn't have any more activity.
And that's a story that replays.
Yeah.
I've had that happen. We had at Cape Con that night before you guys got there, and I heard the howls and stuff. And then when you got there, remember?
Yep.
Something was closer to the water's edge.
Yep.
And the geese were going
And the
off.
geese, and then that was cool.
But about a mile as the crow flies that way. That night, when I was by myself, I heard these probably, I don't know, 6 to 7 mournful like howls. Wow. That were like, over and over again.
And you were by yourself. You're like.
I was loving it. I was loving it.
And that's what I heard on your expedition on the last night when I did the samurai chatter. That mournful sounding.
Oh, at Nuke Lake.
Female at Nuke Lake. Yep.
Yeah.
That was amazing. I got like a dozen howls recorded.
Very similar howls to what I heard.
And yes, there is a kennel or something across the lake, but that's down further to the right.
Yeah.
But it wasn't canine.
Well, that same side of the lake, the last time you were with me in New York, and we took a walk back there in the wintertime. Remember? When we first got to the lake. Whack, whack.
Yes.
And as we were leaving,
whack. It was letting them know that we're coming in and then leaving.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Because generally speaking, Bigfoots aren't going by
like,
themselves. There's usually 2 or 3, and they triangulate. You know what I mean? So.
Yeah. But definitely have your ears open for things like that when you first get to a location. Like, you might just dismiss it as something, but
I heard some really crazy howls at Cape Con too when we were camping there like 2 or 3 years ago, and we got the fire going. I remember because I put a bunch of mosquito repellent on me, and I was making hot dogs, and I was eating mosquito repellent hot dogs. I was like, oh, this is terrible. Why would I do that? Well, right before we went to bed, I had 5 howls come from the cedar swamp in that direction that were, I almost described, if you ever saw the American Werewolf of London movie, the howl from that, it sounded exactly like that 5 times in a row. It was just, like just 5 in a row. And in that moment, for the first time ever in my life, I felt like the prey. Like I felt like I was like on the menu or something, and not gonna lie, I had trouble sleeping that night. I still got up at 3 in the morning, did a couple knocks to see if anything would happen, and nothing happened. But
so while you were at Cape Con, that's where you were camping,
or
solo.
So say the lake Cape Con's like right here.
Yeah.
Where was your campsite?
So Cape Con's right here.
Yep.
The Cranberry Bog's right here.
Yep.
We were camping right here.
So like on this side of
the foundation. The foundation's behind us.
Right.
We were right here on the other side, and the house came from the kind of where the road goes down, where the bridge is at. That's about where they came from.
Driveway into Cape Con.
Driveway into Cape Con's right here.
Okay, so
right here,
and it goes out and then goes this way,
and
right?
That's the road with the bridge.
Oh, so you heard it from across,
from where the bridge is at, kind of, and that really
that
thick
road.
cedar swamp.
All right.
Yeah.
Where I heard it in the opposite direction.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, I heard it coming from there, which kind of makes sense because it's so thick and it's a big cedar swamp. So I mean, it would make sense that something like that would hunker down in there.
Yeah, yeah.
And I didn't even do any provocations. I was just sitting there, and it just did it without me doing anything.
Well, I had just ran the frequency generator.
Really?
I forget what frequency I had it on, but I let that blast for a little while. And as soon as I turned it off is when I started hearing the howls.
Oh, wow.
Like, I don't know, maybe 5 minutes later.
That's crazy.
Yeah. I want to try that experiment too. Have you ever watched Skinwalker Ranch?
Yes.
Yeah?
I've never seen
love that show.
There's a frequency that they use, and they get all sorts of weird things to happen when they play this frequency.
Yeah.
And I forget what hertz it is. I think it's like, I don't even know. I could probably Google it. But
And they have the budget for all the fancy equipment, right?
well, all you need is the tone generator app, which I have.
And Mike might have
a
something
Bluetooth
like
speaker with me, and I think you can just blare it out as long as you know what it is, and then
that would be
love
interesting to
see what
try.
happens.
Yeah, especially here.
Because when they played that, it called something almost immediate, like within a short amount of time they were seeing activity.
I would love to have a team satellite camp here.
Oh, that would be awesome.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And Heather and I have talked about doing it.
I would
It's
definitely
just,
do that. The only thing I'm worried about is people.
right.
From Infill Tech Corporate itself, the retail on this was $599.99. You know, to me, it's worth the cost of it because it is sensitive. And again, when you come up, you know, you feel free to walk up and look at the graph and take a look. It is very sensitive. It's going to pick up whatever's there. So it definitely outweighs the cost, especially if you're in an area that is known for infrasound. You know, they do make a handheld infrasound detector. I don't feel it's as robust as an actual official infrasound detector used in windmill turbines. You know, we can get the infrasound on eBay. You can download the app. I have an app on my phone. Tonight might be a good idea to bring us out to the bowl and see what happens. And I can run it on my phone and let it sit next to it and see what we gather to see which one would work better. Any other questions at all?
Have you ever generated infrasound?
No, this is strictly a detector.
But you've never done a test where you've put the sound out to see.
No. I think you would need something comparable to the professional build that would be able to generate that signal out. I mean, it can be done, you know, with meters and those type of equipment that emit that frequency. You know, would it be beneficial? Would it work? Believe so. Would it project out a large swath? I wouldn't think so because you're limited to that little device and what it can broadcast out. You know, most devices only broadcast about 10-15 feet. This is picking up many feet in a surrounding area. And again, I can attach up to 4 on each side, so it goes out in a large area.
With the graph the way that it is, can you see what direction the sound is coming from?
No, it's only picking up the timestamp and the range of that frequency. So you're not getting like a real direction. Typically your direction is where you laid the grid out.
Does it tell you which grid it's going through?
No, because it's all counted as one grid, one sensor. Okay. So it all comes back to a main point, which main point comes back through here, in through the actual mechanism, the detector in the computer, and that brings it back to the serial, into the computer, and then graphs it out.
So is this a graph that it's detected while you were demonstrating it?
Yes.
Okay.
Yep. And you can see we had a little spike here. You know, it was more of the negative side of it when you look here. So you're looking around probably about like 13, 14, we call hours. What's that?
I think it was about the time I called.
Was it? Could be.
If you walk through a grid right now, is that going to spike?
No.
No.
No. Yeah, I'll show you. You can watch it. I walk through it. As a human, I'm not emitting any infrasound. You know, if anything, I would feel the infrasound. But when you can walk through it, it's not going to pick up anything.
Well, it spiked. Look how high it went up.
Did it? It's picking up my footsteps then.
That's reading what megahertz.
It's picking up my footsteps. Yeah. Yeah.
I have an app on my phone and I can hold it down to like 15.
Try it. Give it a shot. Yeah, it'll definitely sense, like, again, this detects earthquakes. So if I go near one of the sensors.
Oh, yeah.
It's spiking. So it's picking up that vibration and that pressure sense.
Okay.
Yeah, if you have it on your phone, you can try it. You get near the detector and see what happens. It's getting that high and low because you're emitting and transmitting from a smaller object. It's going to be a smaller graph. So the larger the object or larger the infrasound, the more it's going to spike. And again, when you step and walk, you push down hard, you know, you're making a bang, boom, boom, it's going to detect that. And actually, if we're out in the woods and somebody thinks they have a bluff charge, you know, whatever that is, it's hitting that ground hard, this is going to pick that up. Okay.
If they're charging through one of your
If they're charging through that one of that
axes.
Yeah. Yep.
Detect paranormal frequencies at all?
Yes, it's in that area and range. If there is something that's paranormal about, again, it's got to be in the sensor area. Right. So typically you go into like a building with a smaller hallway, you know, you can change these around. You can move these sections, okay, and make it one long piece, and you can put it down the entire hallway.
Yeah,
So
in the paranormal, we use what's called a GFM, which basically picks
Yep.
up vibrations and stuff.
Oh, wow.
So it's
Yeah.
basically going to
Yep.
enhance that. So if you're picking up something that could go off, that means there's something really shaking that floor and making it vibrate.
Yep. And it's actually walking through that area, or gliding through that area.
Wow.
But
Very cool.
But yeah, no, it'll pick it up. Like I said, it did pick up that earthquake we had 2 years ago in my backyard when I had it laid out. You know, just testing it and software updates on it. 'Cause when you do a software update on it, I have to test it. And I usually test it for a couple days to make sure it's fully functional and working. But it can be run on a laptop. It can be run on a Microsoft Surface tablet. Anything that's got a decent CPU processor, Intel based, it will run on. And again, you can download the software. All right, you just got to buy the kit.
Awesome.
Wi-Fi to open the software?
No, not at all. Not unless you want to go on your phone. Like I have my phone hooked up to the laptop, just in case I need to run an update on it or something while we were setting it up. But no, you don't need Wi-Fi at all. You can just run it right from the laptop or a tablet at that time. Don't need internet, nothing. And you will just let it run.
That was my last question.
Yep.
All right. Well, hey,
All right.
there's no other questions. Big hand for Mike. Yeah.
Thanks,
Good
guys.
job.
Thank you. Thank you.
Woo. Yeah, that's awesome.
Anyway.
That answers my question. Thank you.
Yeah, so that area looks great. And there's many points along it where it could be good, but I'm glad you're at a point where the sounds will bounce across water. And yeah, what I would see in that situation, the difficulty is going to be radio.
Right.
Because it's all generally flat, so the radio signal is just not going to carry terribly far unless you have a relay person up on a real high point and he's relaying like transmissions for different people who are down among the trees at a distance.
Right. Well, that's the thing. We've had sketchy communication in the past at this location. We're not sure. You know, there's a lot of iron ore, bog iron in the soil around this part of New Jersey. And we're not sure if the trees growing up in this iron bog oil, soil creates like almost like a Faraday cage or not. You know what I mean? And it really hampers
Well, we've seen that in some areas. It just blew our minds that in some areas how well the signals would carry. Like if it's in a rocky canyon where the radio waves are obviously bouncing off of, and then other areas where, like you said, it was an area with iron-rich soil, and it was almost as if both the trees and the soil were absorbing the radio waves as opposed to allowing what's called ground propagation, where the radio waves are just traveling along the ground.
Okay.
So yeah, certain kinds of forests and soil will absorb the radio waves, and others won't. But so what we would have to do in those situations is we'd have to string people out. So if you have three positions, A, B, and C,
right?
Position A can't hear C, but position B can hear both.
And they relay the information to the other team then.
Exactly. And that's important for like when you do howls, to communicate that to everybody else.
Yep.
And to relay that back. But that kind of coordination is important.
Well,
and
it's not that we're using cheap, radios. I mean, we're using Baofangs with the greater, capability. And I had one of mine actually die on me last night again. This is the second time now it's done that. I'm charging it again right now to see if we can get it to function again. But it's kind of strange how the radio just cut out on us, and I went to my backup Baofang. There's sometimes we have these anomalies, and I don't want to say paranormal parallels, but you know how sometimes electronics can get, knocked out, and we've experienced that here as well. Plus we have seen.
Did anybody's thermal imager not work mysteriously?
Nah, no problem with the therms. All of those seem to work properly.
Okay, because sometimes that has happened too. Like a normally working therm just like stops working right at the wrong moment.
Yeah, no, we've been pretty lucky in that sense. You know, that I haven't recalled ever happening.
Well, heck, that looks good. You guys are in a good spot. I see, I'm looking through there and I see that dense stuff along that. I think that's the longest name of a stream I've ever heard. North Branch Mount Misery Brook.
There you go.
Gotta love it.
Well,
That's
hey,
awfully long.
anytime there's a name like Mount Misery or Devil's Hairbrush or Dead Woman's Hollow, we've always had good activity.
Bloody Ridge Road.
You know what I mean? So that's encouraging in itself. Tomorrow night, we're actually going back to that private farm property that I have. My customers that own the 100 acres at least, if not more, of Cranberry Farm. We were granted access again to there. You spoke to us last year about that location. So that's on tomorrow night's agenda. And we're going to be, again, dividing up into 3 teams and hopefully getting some really good results in that area. It's gonna be a lot of fun.
Beans? Yeah. Did you mention that there's an aquifer? Aquifer?
Oh, well, I think Matt knows. Avery just said, did I mention that there's an aquifer? We have the K&C aquifer, of course, underneath us. And that's like some of the best water in the world. So
17 trillion gallons.
17 trillion gallons. So that's why it's very rich in fresh water and ground cover, you know, food sources, everything a potential Bigfoot could use, you know?
Yeah. I see that, what is it, that not far from the mark you sent me, that Butler Place Road runs south. And that's what, because there's that other stream, that Middle Branch Mount Misery Brook, that's south of where you're at. Down in that direction would be a good place to make noise if you're just not getting anything up closer to the bigger body of water.
We've had multiple Type 1 inspections over the last couple of days. It's been ridiculous how much they're busting our stones here, you know? So, of course, I keep quizzing the attendees. What's a Type 1 inspection? You know? But,
oh, good. All right, so they're learning the process there.
Exactly, and the handbook.
So how late are you guys staying out there at night? Are you out there past midnight?
Oh, for sure. For sure. We didn't get back here to base camp last night till 2:30.
Yeah.
Close to 3.
Okay, because a lot of times, like, stuff isn't going to happen until... It's really, it's like, you know, you can hear traffic, especially in flat areas. You can hear traffic in the distance up until like a certain time of night, and then it just gets really quiet because there's no even distant traffic noise, no aircraft noise. It's just really super quiet. Very often the breeze has stopped, and in those conditions where it's really quiet and the air is very still, that's when sounds will carry further. So it's as if they choose those times to make the howls knowing that they'll carry further. When the air is still and there's no other background noise and everything else, the sounds carry further. So, and that very often that's usually after midnight.
Absolutely, and we were there last, like I said, about a week and a half ago. We had a C-130 cargo plane from McGuire Air Force Base circling over our head, like over and over again. It was really annoying, and it really drowned out any chance of, you know, recording audio. But eventually, after 11:30, it did stop. So, you know, that's what I'm hoping to avoid tonight. The other thing is, I don't typically go to this location on a Friday or Saturday night. We prefer to be there during the week when there's less wahoos out on their ATVs and motorcycles. You know what I mean? So.
Have you heard any of that?
Well, during our daytime scouting trip today, there was a couple of dirt bikers that drove down the trail, but that was it.
Not bad at all. Well, you're equipped and you're in a good spot, so you got as good odds as any, unless somebody gets freaked out and turns on a light, or you walk in with, you know, we don't want to see, you know, you don't want it to see a parade of headlamps walking in.
Right. Well, that's for sure. That won't happen. And
okay, cool.
No doubt. Well, hey, BFRO is the biggest name in the Bigfoot industry, you know? It's where people
Yeah,
go.
we provide material for all sorts of podcasters and stuff.
Absolutely. Well, hey, I appreciate you taking the time to speak to us tonight and addressing the troops. And hopefully you're doing well out there in California, and we'll get the chance to see you soon.
Absolutely. I do want to come out there. And like I said, I wish I was there right now.
Well,
but I'll be able to come and hit you up, I'm sure, at some point in the future.
Well, thank you, Matt. We'd love to have you. I know Heather misses you. Yeah.
Hi, Matt. Great. Well, yeah. If you get something, if something good happens tonight, shoot me a text. Let me know.
Will do. All right, Matt.
All righty then.
Thanks, Matt. Thanks, brother. Have a good night. We'll talk soon.
Very good. Talk to you later.
To like the Leaning Dome of Pisa. They didn't fucking. Can't believe we slept in that.
You can watch. They have different genres, so you can watch.
To bring a battery.
At the movie.
What's up, Squatches? With your Capone on the 2025 New Jersey Pine Barrens Expedition. We've got a great group here tonight, and we are looking forward to getting awesome activity. We've got a 3/4 full moon, an 81%, what is it, Gibeus Maximus? Waxing Gibeus. Waximus Gibeus.
Close enough.
I like anything with Gibeus in the name, okay? That sounds like Gibbons, right? That's a monkey, so the right name for the job. And we got Jake here, and we got my friend Tom. Not yet. We don't do any calls for a little while. We're going to get acclimated to the sounds around us. And I know you're excited. We're going to give you a chance to do whatever calls you like. Okay? The first thing I want you to do is just get in tune with what is currently here. Okay? But yeah, that's the goal. We're gonna first set up here, and then we're gonna divide and leave the ladies sitting here, and then hopefully replicate what happened on the 2021 expedition, where Jake went from healthy skeptic to a potential believer. So stay tuned.
Yep.
So hey, we're gonna wrap things up here tonight. We had some interesting things happen with fog rolling into the lake tonight. We haven't seen quite a while. But heard some potential female voices and trying to green laser across the foggy lake. So yeah, this is fun. It's always good to get out. Not as productive as we would have liked. Hey, you never know at the bowl, okay? It can happen. And we still might have something on the way out, so come along. So Tom, Jason and Nathan were coming back to meet back up with the ladies last time. As we were walking down the stairs on the left, guys heard it too?
I heard it the one time.
I went to the car. Let's start heading back. Okay? I don't want to please stand out because we let them know what we're doing. Yeah. But it would have been shining over the road. Well, what I saw for a brief second was just like this, sort of like a spotlight. He did throw this over the road towards the woods. So maybe after a while, you know, after a certain distance, it kind of spreads out.
I heard it once, and they
Where was that coming from?
in that direction, and before they, you know, they said, oh, they said there was a metal, like, drainage pipe down there. That was my first thought.
So we are about to embark on the final night ops of the 2025 Pine Barrens Expedition. How are you feeling so far? I feel great. Yeah? Mike, you good? Good. We're going back to a spot that's really high in the paranormal parallels. We are going to have two teams set up across the lake from one another and hope for the best. This is virgin territory where you're going, my friends. And hopefully we're going to, I don't know if we're going to have that in-our-face experience that we're hoping for. We're going to do some call blasting maybe. Right. Do our best. And you got some K2 meters, Brian? Right?
Yes, I do.
And singing bowls.
Yep.
In the bowl. Brian brought his drum, and we're going to have a lot of fun. Yes, we are. So hopefully we'll get some more material to share with you. Come along.
Well, things don't always go as planned when you're out in the forest at night, and unfortunately one of our team members had a medical concern arise which caused us to pack things in earlier than we would have liked to have, but we of course got him back to base camp and to get some help. Just wanted to remind everybody to share and to like and subscribe, and don't forget to check out our friends at the Yeti Lair and use code STP10 at checkout at yetibars.net. And hey, come again and see the rest of our adventures. We had some other fun along this ride, so we'll see you again soon.
Blooper material.
You don't do no bloopers. What are you talking about?
Bloopers. And Heather's going to be eating popcorn. Let's get the show on the road. That's a good intro,
really
Brian.
well.
Thank you.
Cut. No.
You're okay if he sends you, right?
Yeah.
I like the
I've
ass.
been filming this whole time.
I like the ass.
I was going to say, I already started recording.
Yeah, there we go. We're getting some spikes. Dan's causing some spikes.
That's how I walk around at home. Yeah.
Got the grunting part.
You gotta go, But you can see how it looks.
Every time you bend
And
down, I hear him like, is everything okay?
He doesn't have his microphone on, so he won't hear you.
All right, I'll take it up the rear.
Oh, really?
You're waiting to get that on film.
It's on film.
This is so much better than wearing the squirrel head all, you know, while sitting in camp.
Right, right.
I'm walking into everything.
Do you read me now, over? This is shit.
Thanks for checking out this episode of Squatch Talks Podcast. Don't forget to subscribe, follow, and give us a like, and stay tuned for more exciting stories on Squatch Talks.